Okay,
Hi,
we're
everybody.
back.
We're back.
I want everybody to see that if you watched the previous video, my mom's shredded letter is now going to
Part of
be
our studio.
part of the studio setting. I guess it could be part of the wall of shame. I don't know. Call it whatever you want to call it. But that shredded letter is staying up there because I know she had to have read it to get so angry to shred it and send it back to me.
And I could tell that it wasn't a commercial shredder. It looks like it was actually cut in these little tiny pieces.
Yeah.
So.
But either way, there it sits as a reminder to how many people, Mom, you're going to be waking up.
Yep. Okay, now first of all, I want to thank our friend Deep Throat because he tried to send me this elder's letter, and for some reason the file was like ginormous size and it wasn't coming through. But he alerted us that there was a new elder's letter. And so then I asked our friends Atlantis and Nevada. Hi guys.
Hello.
I
hope one day we can Skype with you guys.
Yeah. And they were gracious enough to send me a copy of the elder's letter that just went out. And this is dated September 24th. And I love how it's all capital letters at the top here. To the body of elders of all English-speaking congregations in the United States Branch Territory regarding video for the service meeting. Okay, now Jehovah's Witnesses, watch this because they're not even reading your letter until this next week.
And if for some strange doo-dah reason my mother happens to see this particular video before this service meeting, watch what's coming up on JWTV, Mom, because we've got the information right here before you even have the letter read.
Well, actually, no, it's to the body of elders.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's not to the congregation.
It's not to the
only
congregation.
The elders.
Oh, true. Yeah, true.
So this is an elders only. Maybe we should just send this to her.
Yeah, really. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Dear
the
brothers.
Prostate News Network, right?
Yeah.
At work again. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. ANN. Best news source on the planet. Okay, dear brothers, the instructions for the service meeting during the week of October 20th, 2014 call for a 7-minute demonstration of a publisher explaining our beliefs about 1914.
So it appears Watchtower is not going to be doing away with 1914.
But now,
interesting. 100 years later, failed prophecies that date back to 19, and they're still holding to it? My goodness.
Okay, we are pleased to inform you that a pre-recorded video is being prepared in English for this demonstration, which translates to 1914 Explained for Dummies.
No, really. No, you probably all got a chuckle, and somebody probably said, okay, here's Mike and Kim. They're being real disrespectful.
And sarcastic.
Yeah.
Watch
what Watchtower is recommending they use in this demonstration.
Therefore, English-speaking congregations in a Kingdom Hall equipped for video presentations will not need to prepare and rehearse a live demonstration. So hurry up and get your data packages installed so you can get this live demonstration.
Spend that money to get that data package working right.
If the Kingdom Hall is not equipped for video presentations at this time, please consider what can reasonably be done to arrange for this video presentation. The jw.org webpage containing the link to this letter will be updated when the video becomes available. News before witnesses even get it.
Yep.
Below are revised instructions for the service meeting part for the week of October 20th. Please be sure to pass these along to the brother who is assigned to present this part.
FYI, if we remember, we will tape. We will video record that because we still get the telephone tie-in. Oh, yeah.
So we'll be unplugging the phone next Thursday night and getting the audio of it. Okay, so the part is 15 minutes. A tool to help us explain our beliefs about 1914. Witnesses, they're treating you like children. You aren't even capable of explaining about 1914 anymore. You need a video to explain it for you.
when do we want to get into part of this?
Okay, well, let me finish reading
Okay.
the letter and then. Okay, begin by playing the pre-recorded demonstration. Publisher should have on hand the chart on page 11 of the November 1st, 2014 Watchtower.
Which we downloaded.
Yep.
We don't want to show that quite yet.
Okay. When the video is finished, invite the audience to comment on why the demonstration was effective. Conclude by reading Revelation 12, verses 10 and 12, and inviting the audience to comment on how our knowing that the kingdom began ruling in 1914 motivates us to preach the good news with urgency.
And there's the clincher. To motivate the door-to-door preaching of the good news with urgency.
And they're trying to distract you so you forget the fact that Armageddon was supposed to be this year.
Yeah, are Jehovah's Witnesses, are you losing your zeal? Are you losing that motivation to go from door to door? What's happening, Jehovah's Witnesses?
P.S. To coordinator of the body of elders, please ensure that the brother assigned to present the aforementioned service meeting part is informed of this direction and has access to the video.
Okay, now, do you think that we should read Revelation 12, 10 and 12 just to see what it has to say?
Well, if you want to get that, I will show them. Now, this is the chart that they recommended everybody have in their little hands for this service meeting part. Okay. Now, this is from the November 1st, 2014 Watchtower. And this is the chart they want you to have. It looks more like a comic. You know, very simple terms. They're not really explaining anything. Did you find it?
Yeah, this is...
In the Silver Sword.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, you know that's what they're going to be reading from. Okay, so now...
Verse 10 and 12.
Yeah, now keep in mind, they're still holding to 1914. Okay, they're not going to get rid of 1914 at this point. Revelation 12:10. I heard a voice in heaven, a loud voice in heaven say, now it come to pass the salvation in the power in the kingdom of our God, in the authority of his Christ, because the accuser of our brothers has been hurled down, who accuses them day and night before our God. Verse 12. On this account, be glad, you heavens, and you who reside in them. Woe for the earth and for the sea, because the devil has come down to you, having great anger, knowing that he has a short period of time. Well, we all know that, according to Watchtower theology, this happened in 1914. But when you read and research the history of Charles Taze Russell, they were actually predicting a physical return in 1914, and when that didn't happen, they had to backpedal and say, oh, this was an invisible return.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, on their chart here, right here, they have Jerusalem is destroyed, interrupting that line of Israelite kings in October of 607 BCE.
Now, here again, in order for Watchtower to hold to 1914, they still have to hold to the destruction of Jerusalem in 607. In the year 2011, November 1st Watchtower, they did some pretty extensive articles stating when was ancient Jerusalem destroyed. And this is actually part 2. Right on the front page, it says, secular historians say that Jerusalem was destroyed in 587 BCE. Bible chronology indicates that Jerusalem, or that destruction occurred in 607 BCE. Secular historians base their conclusions on the writings of classical historians and on the canon Ptolemy.
Also on star charts?
Yeah, star charts. But the point that I want to get to is on the very next page.
Because we know many YouTubers have done videos after videos. Lando Morelli has done an excellent series on 607 and the destruction. So, go watch his series on that. Excellent.
But this is what Watchtower says in one of the footnotes that, sometimes gets missed by Jehovah's Witnesses, or they don't really
they don't read those little tiny
comprehend the extent of what Watchtower is trying to say. It says, note, none of the scholars, mind you, none of the scholars,
scholar
Maybe you ought to read this. Yeah, I know. I need my glasses.
Okay, no. None of the secular experts
Yeah.
quoted in this article hold that Jerusalem was destroyed in 607 BCE.
So none of the secular experts believe that Jerusalem was destroyed in 607 BCE. Okay? So now only Watchtower believes this, and a few little obscure little religions that still believe on it based on some information that was falsely
back in the 1800s.
Right, looked at in the 1800s. Now on page 24, is this the one I actually want to read? Yes, because see, this is where Watchtower makes a statement similar to what they state here, but they offer no proof.
Well, they're talking about these clay tablets that actually have, star charts and everything, the reigns of the kings on them and everything. Yeah. So they're trying to, yeah. Go ahead.
But I'm going to try to read this without my glasses. His business tablets exist for all the years traditionally attributed to the Neo-Babylonian kings. When the years that these kings ruled are totaled and a calculation is made back from the last Neo-Babylonian king, Nabonidus, the date reached for the destruction of Jerusalem is 587 BCE.
I can't believe
so business tablets of the Neo-Babylonian time period shows the destruction of Jerusalem as 587 BCE, not 607. These are business tablets, people. However, now this is where Watchtower makes a statement and they offer no proof. Why? Because there is no proof. However, this method of dating works only if each king followed the order other in the same year without any breaks in between. So Watchtower's planting this idea that there were breaks in between the kings.
That add up to 20 years.
Yeah, but they offer no proof. Watchtower, that fails on every level imaginable. You make a statement here. However, the method of dating works only if each king followed the other in the same year without any breaks in between. If you're going to make that statement in this article, just like you do here on the upcoming service meeting, Jerusalem is destroyed, interrupting the line of Israelite kings. We're not talking about the interruption of Israelite kings. We're talking about the interruption of Babylonian kings. You need to compare apples to apples, Watchtower, because your method of dating don't work. It's passé. In the whole entire world of archaeology, secular historians have proved this beyond any shadow of a doubt. So you still hold to faulty traditions of men. And because of these traditions, you're making the word of God invalid.
Plus, we know that, there may be a little tiny bit of a interval between kings and, them getting, put on the throne and stuff. But we all know that even today, and the entire world knows, that they always had an heir or another king that was ready at the time to step up and take in case. Well, look at even a Nebuchadnezzar, who this is all based on, starting all of this. Even when his dad was no longer able to be the king, I don't remember if he got ill or if he died, but Nebuchadnezzar came back from his campaign in the east,
assume the throne, yeah,
and took power in like 605, 606, around that time.
See, and the thing that Watchtower cannot figure out is, even though there may have been maybe a slight hiccup in the
interval?
Successions of kings, they still cannot account for 20 missing years. See, that's where Jehovah's Witnesses, you need to wake up. Do the math. It's very, very simple. Very simple.
Yep. So that's all we have to say about that. So, and you witnesses, enjoy your meeting this coming week. That's right.
Enjoy your service meeting this next coming week.
And we will try to record, the one that we have access to.
Oh, you know what? I think we got to close with a little word of prayer. Please bow your head. We thank you, Jehovah, for this information and for the governing body and for the many blessings that this organization is now putting forth in our behalf. And we also want to thank you in the name of the governing body and JW.org. Amen. It's going to happen. You watch, folks.
You all have a great weekend.